A former Larimer County prosecutor recently pleaded guilty to sexually assaulting a 16-year-old student when she was an intern in his office back in 1999. Daniel Quinn was sentenced this week to 4 years of supervised probation, at least 1 year of treatment, and he must register as a sex offender. 9 News Northern Newsroom reporter Amanda Gilbert was at the Larimer County Courthouse for his sentencing.
And the survivor told her about the decision to come forward decades later.
The victim in this case does not want to be identified, so you won't hear her name or see her face, but she did speak in court yesterday, along with her friends. It was inside these windows where a 16-year-old Fort Collins High School sophomore worked in the late 90s.
I was in the file room, primarily making copies for the attorneys or staff.
She was excited for an internship opportunity at the district attorney's office.
I had known from a young age that I wanted to be an attorney.
That excitement grew when Daniel Quinn, the Larimer County Chief Deputy District Attorney at the time, noticed her.
At first I was flattered because I had somebody who held so much power and had the job that I wanted, who was paying attention to me.
Reports say Quinn took her to lunch, took her to the Rock by Horsetooth Reservoir, and called her beautiful.
We met up outside of the office and the inappropriate sexual contact occurred. Once that happened, the inappropriate contact continued to occur while I was in the office.
When the school found out and notified the DA's office, the victim said this led to Mr. Quinn resigning and her firing.
It was never reported to the police. It was never reported to the State Bar Association. There were very little consequences. And so I was very confused as a 16 and 17-year-old as to maybe the conduct was appropriate.
The victim says this has impacted her for 25 years.
I just had this burden. I had a 16-year-old inside of me that kept saying, we have to keep this secret.
This week, during Quinn's sentencing hearing, his defense said he cared for the victim.
They were the center of each other's universe.
But as I said before, it was tainted from the very beginning.
Still, this former intern says she feels his sentencing is a slap on the wrist.
To think about the fact that he's not going to have to be in jail and that he can get this off of his record is disgusting to me.
But she wants her story to encourage other victims to speak up.
Don't feel like you need to keep secrets. Ultimately, there is a support group.
For her, this week's a new start, and she thanks the judge for saying there was one victim in this case. In Fort Collins, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.